Hi guys, this is Michelle. I thought I'd do a quick journal page for you in my Dylusions journal. This is the small one. I'm just putting down some gesso. You can kind of see where the paint from the other side is showing through and it's a little bit thinner. I did put tape down the center masking tape, because I don't like inks and stuff to bleed through on the other side. A little bit is okay, but sometimes you can get a whole lot in there. This is Liquitex Basic Gesso that I'm putting down. And I'm just gonna, well, I thought I would dry the page, and then I'm like, no, let me add some texture. And so a lot of times I'll use bubble wrap or something to put texture into the paint or the gesso while it's still wet. And then I'm gonna dry it. And apparently it took me a little while to dry. So, and if you're looking close up, I think I had it on there a little too long again, but again, it's just my journal and it's just for fun. And that's just a little box of ephemera and little bits of scraps of painty papers that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and collage some of those down. So I'm just using my Oohoo glue stick to collage those papers down. I just try to pick colors that I want to use or that are light complementary colors. And then I have some deli paper that I used for, I believe, a paint palette, and then just spread the paint out that was left so that I could use it later for something like this. And there's really no rhyme or reason to how I'm setting it down, just kind of haphazardly on the page. But I am having some problems with my glue stick because I left the top off overnight, so I'm just cutting the end off and then it'll start working again just fine. I always made fun of my friend Tiffany because she loses her top all the time and then has to put tinfoil on it, and then I go and lose my top or leave my top off. So, you know, that's what I get for making fun of somebody. So now I'm going to go in, collage down some vintage papers. This is from someone's, it looks like it's all their worksheets from when they were in nursing school. And so I thought that was neat. I like the color of the paper and the handwriting, of course. I didn't want that piece to cover up just that little chunk of paint, so I peeled it back a little bit. Just kind of placing it around in different sections. And then it's homemade modeling paste. And I have the store-bought stuff, and I like them both for different projects. What I really like about this is, I don't know, it just seems it's more pliable. It seems like it's hard to explain. It doesn't have the spongy feel of the store-bought stuff. So I just mix it up, and then I typically go and I use, these are like flip-flops that I bought to cut up. And my kids make so much fun of me for buying flip-flops and cutting them up, but you know, they make great texture. So they had two different patterns, and the one had like almost like a brick type pattern, and then this has two different sizes of polka dots, so big ones and little ones. So perfect, right, from the Dollar Tree for $1. And then this is Jane Davenport's Inkcredible inks, and that color is Mermaid Tail. And I was kind of surprised at how they smell. They actually have a good smell to them, which is weird because I'm used to things having a not so pleasant smell to them, but they kind of have a sweet smell. I don't know. I don't know if they're supposed to or not. Maybe somebody else knows. So I'm just wiping down. I didn't want it collecting in the crevice of the book, so I just kind of wiped that out a little bit. And then I'm drying it. I will say, typically I dry the modeling paste before I put color on it, but I don't know. I guess I was nervous because I was filming, so I kind of did it backwards, but either way, it has the same effect. It might be a little bit darker because I put it on wet, but oh well. You'll see at the end, the modeling paste gives it a whole bunch of texture, especially if you make marks in it while it's wet, like different marks with stencils or masks or. And then this is just, it's apple barrel china blue. It's one of my favorite colors. Some of these craft paints I just love. I don't know, you know, this is 50 cents and this is just my journal, so I don't care if it's not the best paint in the world. I just like the color. And then that's Lukas Paynes Gray. It's one of my favorite colors ever. So I just wanted to add a little bit of contrast, just a little bit of darker color in there. I think I end up watering it down, but I do put some, you'll see I'll put some splatters on in a second. I'm sure splats is a very good word, but you know what I mean. I'm just taking some excess up, and the paper towel will also put some texture in there or some patterns in there if you have paper towel that has patterns on it. And there I'm going in with splatters, and I had splatters everywhere, like all over my desk, all over everything, so apparently I got a little crazy with the splatters. And now I'm going to go in with some more Jane Davenport inks, and I believe this is Berrylicious. I think that's the color. I just thought it looked pretty with the mermaid tail. And we have a Michaels that is going out of business. Crazy, I know, but all their stuff was 70% off. So I got a couple to try, and I need to go back and see if they have more because they were $2.50 a piece, which is kind of a steal. So I'm just drying all of this off. And then I'm going to go in with some gesso just to kind of push everything to the back and add some more contrast and variation. And I'm really slow at this. I know some people just whip it down, but I like it when it's really skippy, when it kind of puts paint down and then like skips. I don't want it spread. I just want it kind of skipping across the top, I guess. I don't know how to say it, but you know what I mean. So then I'm going to dry that off. Now I'm going to come in with a little piece of duck cloth that I had just lying on my desk. And I'm going to take the Inkcredible ink and put that down to dye the cloth, just to kind of bring out some more of the purple on my journal page. Spray a little bit of water on it just to activate it so it spreads out a little bit better. And I have a thrift store close to me that has like the best stuff for super cheap, and so I can get bags of like brand new materials and duck cloth, and I just take it home and wash it, and then I can use it in my journals and in my crafts, so it's a bonus. Now I'm just going in and drying it. And because of all the water, it takes a little bit longer to dry. So this is just a Reader's Digest large print book that I'm looking for just some found words to use. And I found some that said "that just happened," which I thought kind of was perfect for art journaling. Usually it's intuitive and you're just slapping down paint and it just happened, so I thought that was appropriate for this page. So I'm just cutting that out, and I'm going to place it on the duck cloth that I dyed. And I should spend a little bit more time messing around with where I wanted to put it because I ended up cutting the duck cloth a little too short, but that's okay. Because again, it's just just an art journal, just for fun. But I put it down, I end up putting it down kind of in the middle where it's a little bit thicker, and then just cutting the top and bottom off. And I don't know why I keep trying to rip it, because it won't rip, but apparently I don't remember the first time, so I have to keep doing it. I'm just pulling, like fraying it a little bit, pulling some of the fibers out, so it's a little messier, a little grungier. And I just like to see the fibers. I like to see it all frayed. So get that where I want it. And then I grab some Liquitex matte medium and just put that on the back and see where I want to place it, and just place it. I just put it down on the page, and in the close-ups in just a minute you'll see all the great texture that the modeling paste made. So thanks for watching, and would love comments, and if you would subscribe. Thanks again. Bye.